Hello everyone, welcome to Literature with Rachna. So we have already done page number 1 and 2 explanation of the chapter Brown Wolf. Today we will be doing page 3, 4 and 5 part 2 of the same chapter. When Skiff Miller heard that Midge is calling the dog Wolf, he asked this question, is that what you call him, Wolf? And also started examining the footpads of the dog and remarked, kind of soft. Why, he said, because in North Side the dog was used to pull a sled, and the footpads are soft this time because he did not pull a sled in a long time. After that, he turned to Midge and Walt and asked them that how much time that the dog is living with them. He asked the time when Wolf came to Midge and Walt. But when he was asking, just then the dog screaming and rubbing against the newcomer's legs. So what happened? Screaming means he was wriggling around side to side. It was wriggling, and it was rubbing against the newcomer's legs. And also he barked. The dog barked. On that, Walt and Midge stared at each other. The miracle had happened. And what was the miracle, children? The miracle was that Wolf barked. It's the first time he ever barked, Midge said. And when Midge said, Miller also added, he also said that I ever heard him too. Midge smiled at him. Why she smiled? The man was evidently a humorist. Of course, she said. Okay, she said that really this man is very funny because just for 5 minutes he met with the dog and he is adding and speaking that the dog first time barking. On this she actually said this sentence. Since you have only seen him for 5 minutes. Skiff Miller looked at her sharply. Okay, now what he said, let's see. I thought you understood. He said slowly. I thought you understood that he's my dog. His name and Wolf. It's Brown. Now Skiff Miller is introducing himself that he is the owner of the dog and the dog name is not Wolf, it's Brown. How do you know he's your dog? Walt demanded. After listening, Walt said that how do you know that it's your dog? And on that Skiff Miller said yes, just because he is my dog. That's why. Skiff Miller turned to the dog to give them the proof that it's my dog. He started giving commands. Let's see what's the commands. Brown. His voice rang out sharply when he called the dog name. The dog started listening Skiff Miller's command. Skiff Miller said Gee. Gee means move. And after listening this, the dog made a swinging turn to the right. Started moving. Now mush on means a stop, and the dog ceased his swing abruptly, suddenly, and stared straight ahead, halting obediently at the command. Okay, he stopped at a place when he listened the commands. Skiff Miller smiled proudly. He was my lead dog. Okay, after proving that he's my lead dog means when they are using the dogs to pull a sled. That time this dog is leading ahead. He is the leader of all the dogs. Now watching this, Midge got disturbed and with the shaking voice she asked Skiff Miller that if he wants to take him with him or not. But on that, Walt said, no, he won't. And if he wants, then he perhaps wants to sell and we will buy if he wants to sell him. Skiff Miller shook his head and said, no, I think I don't want to sell him. I want to take my dog right away with me. I don't want to sell him. But what about the dog? Midge cried. Have you considered the dog? She wants to say, do you want to know what dog wants? Does he want to go with you or does he want to stay with us? After this, Skiff Miller looked puzzled. Why he was puzzled? He was puzzled because he was confused, like if I'll give this chance to dog, the dog perhaps doesn't want to come with me. And he missed the dog very much. He wants to take the dog with him. Now, when Midge saw that Skiff Miller is confused, she took a good chance of it and she said that maybe the dog has some choice in the matter. Maybe he wants to stay with us. Maybe he has likes and desires. He has never entered your mind that possibly he would like to stay here and not go back. She again said the same words in detail, that you should know what are the likes and desires of the dog. This was a new way of looking at it, and Miller was clearly debating about it is in his mind. He was debating means he was having a doubt, like if I'll give chance. Debating means one side he was loving the dog, he was missing the dog so badly that he wants to take the dog away with him, and second side he wanted to give the chance to the dog to decide which owner he wants to live with. At that, paragraph number 41, Midge realized that he was unsure and used the opportunity to persuade him that the dog had a choice. She requested, if you really love him, what would make him happy would make you happy too. Here she is talking to Skiff Miller, that yes, of course, if you love the dog, you should know what desire and what make the dog happy. You should follow the same. She requested to Miller. Let me move to paragraph number 42. Miller thought for a while and said slowly, your remarks, ma'am, have some weight in them. Yes, I agree with your point. We'll let him choose. Whatever he says goes. You people stay right here and I'll say goodbye and walk off. If he wants to stay, he can stay. If he wants to come with me, let him come. I won't call him to come and don't you call him to come back. So they are now planning to know that what the dog wanted. And for that, Madge also agreed with Miller and said, yes, of course, we will do as you are saying. Well then, I might as well be getting along, Skiff Miller said in the ordinary tones of one departing. So he is pretending as if he is leaving the place. Next paragraph. Listening Skiff Miller's voice, the dog now understood that Skiff Miller is about to leaving the place. As soon as Skiff Miller shook hand with the Midge, he was nervous. He was doing so many of action. Sometimes he was springing up on his hind legs, and then sometime he was resting his forepaws on Midge's hip, and the same time he was licking Skiff Miller's hand. The same action he did when Skiff Miller shook hand with Walt. The time when Skiff Miller about to leave the place, he said, it ain't going to be easy, I can tell you that. Here, Klondike's last words means Skiff Miller's last words were these, where he was nervous and he was sharing his views with Walt and Midge that it is not going to be easy for the dog to select his owner. For some time, Wolf watched him go. Then, with a quick, low whine, he sprang after him, overtook him, caught his hand between his teeth, and strove gently to make him pause. Wolf tried to stop Skiff Miller, but he was failed. Skiff Miller was not stopped. When the dog failed to stop Skiff Miller, he ran back to Walt and tried to drag him towards the retreating man. Retreating man means Skiff Miller, the man who was moving away. After that, his attention went to Madge. He tried to convince Madge to stop the man. These two he soon abandoned when they did not move. Actually, the dog wanted to tell those three members to live together. He wanted to be with all of them. That's why he was one side trying to stop Skiff Miller, and the another side he was trying to say Wedge and Madge and Wall to make the man stop, but they were not understanding it. That's why he soon abandoned when they did not move. Wolf waited for a long minute silently and quietly. He was thinking now what to do. No one is understanding. Then what he did? He was on his feet. He had made up his mind now. He has decided whom he will live with. His eyes were fixed up the trail. He was watching. Eyes were fixed up the trail means he was staring straight ahead to the trail where Skiff Miller went. He broke into a trot, which turned into a run. Not once did he turn his head because he was confirmed to whom he will live. Now he has decided that he will go with the Skiff Miller, and that's why he cut sharply across the curve to the trail and was gone. He selected the trail where Skiff Miller went. So at last, the dog selected Skiff Miller as his owner. So this was the chapter explanation of Brown Wolf, written by Jack London. Hope you understood it. Have a nice day. Bye-bye.